About the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League before we start the movie. This should be nice and short, so it's going to be all about how baseball moved on during the war. All right. So the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, it existed from 1943 to 1954. And Philip K. Wrigley, who was the owner of Wrigley Gum, and he was also the owner of the Chicago Cubs, he started the league. So in the movie, he's portrayed as Mr. Harvey of Harvey Bars. But basically, the reason why they needed to do this was because a lot of the Major League Baseball stars went out to fight in the war. So, like in the movie, you'll see Bob Feller, Joe DiMaggio, Stan Musial. He also did. So the league was kind of worried that fans wouldn't show up without their big stars, and so they decided they're going to make a girls' league. So what they did is they went to amateur softball leagues. They were very popular all throughout the U.S. and in Canada, and they recruited players from those leagues. And so they sent scouts out. You'll see this too in the movie, but they sent scouts out to their games, and then they would try to find the best players. So the teams, these are all the different teams that existed. So you got, I'm not going to read them all, but you got the four original teams are the ones that are depicted in the movie. So the Kenosha Comets, the Racine Bells, the Rockford Peaches, and the South Bend Blue Sox. Those are the four. And then eventually they added more and more teams. But you can see where all these are is mostly in the Midwest. So you got some Illinois teams, you got a bunch of Wisconsin, some Indiana, and Minnesota teams. So quite a few of those. Okay, so that's pretty much where they were centered. So they didn't have far to travel as a result. So the teams played 108 games, and then it actually really the very first season was more of a softball league, but by the end it looked more like a baseball league. So the very first season in the movie is what's depicted. They are playing baseball, but by the time the war ended, they started throwing overhand and things like that. So in 1948, that's pretty much their peak. They drew more than 1 million fans. So players were expected to uphold the highest ideals of womanhood. So they were to wear lipstick and skirts. You can see their uniforms. You'll see their uniforms in the movie. They attended charm school classes. It's also represented in the movie. They're also forbidden to wear trousers or drink alcohol. But once the war was over and the MLB players were back, the league actually still flourished. But the problem is once it was back, Major League Baseball didn't really advertise very well for them. So eventually they disbanded. 1954 was their last season. So today there is a display for the league in the Baseball Hall of Fame. It does not look like what it does in the movie. And so I'll kind of explain that as well after the movie. So, all right. I hope you all have a good day. Bye.